Alright, currently we are at McLeese Lake. It's pronunciated McLeese Lake. McLeese Lake, BC. About 194 kilometers away from our destination. Our ETA is, or our scheduled time to be there is 12:30. It's now 10 minutes after 10 Pacific time. So I'm about 3 minutes ahead of schedule. And if you're just joining me, welcome to my channel. The name of it, Life on the Road with Yeshua. The videos that you will see on here is different places I go. I got this job for a couple reasons. One of the main reasons were I want my relationship with the Lord to grow. And I figured time alone on the road where I can spend my time with Him. I'm hoping that, because when I had a job before, just driving 5-ton in town where I lived, I noticed my relationship with the Lord grew because I spent lots of time listening to the Christian Talk radio and listening to my audio Bible. That's what I hope to accomplish doing this job. Plus, I love to travel. One of my strengths is driving. So, you do work a lot more than the average job. 70 hours of driving every week. About 10 and a half, 13 hours a day. Does take a lot out of you. But can you really find a job better than that you actually get to travel and get paid for it? That you get to camp out every night? Or every day? Depending when you're driving and when you're sleeping. And the traffic really isn't all that bad. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to get a job in the city. I don't have a whole lot of patience when it comes to other drivers. So you might think that's a strange job to be a truck driver if you don't have patience to be on the road. In the city, that is. People drive more aggressively. People are more rude. You see a lot more road rage. One of my big pet peeves is sitting at traffic lights. So, it was an obvious choice to do long distance driving as opposed to city driving. And I can see if you have like a wife and young children at home, city driving is a good idea. My girls are older now. They can pretty well take care of themselves. And I know the Lord is taking care of them as well. So I spent the last 15, 16 years raising them, raising 3 kids. Because the wife left 16 years ago and left me with the kids. Well, she wanted to take them with her, but circumstances happened that she ended up leaving without them. So that's been my responsibility for the last 15, 16 years. I hope I did a good job. I tried to be a good influence. I didn't bring women home. Never got involved in any relationships while I was raising them. I'm sure Dr. Laura would be proud. And one of the main reasons too why I never brought anybody home, just never met the right girl yet. I did meet one girl who I really liked, but unfortunately she lives in the US, and long distance relationships just don't work. I try to avoid them. But I'm still really good friends with her. She's a nice, she's a good godly woman. Look at the smoke coming out of this thing. Oh my goodness. So when the Lord feels it's the right time, I will meet someone, or maybe He wants me to be single for the rest of my life. I don't know. If that's His will, so be it. I'd like to have some companionship. I'd like to have another chance of being married again and do it right. But like I said, if it's not His will, I will respect that, because what matters above everything is what His will is. To obey His will, or should I say to accept His will, and to obey His law. And for you fundamental Christians out there, Yeshua did not do away with the law. So therefore, the law, the Torah, is still to be followed, examined. Very serious. He did not come to do away the law, but He come to fulfill it. When was the last time you opened up chapter 20 of Exodus? Pay attention to it. We're supposed to obey the law. We're supposed to practice, or should I say, observe the feasts. My voice is cracking. Observe the feasts. And not do what the pagans do. Example, Christmas, Halloween, Easter, worship on Sunday. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm going to frustrate a few people by saying that. But Sunday is not the Sabbath. Friday from sundown, Saturday to sundown is the Sabbath. Sunday is a pagan worship day. And yeah, you can worship God on any day, but we're told not to do what the pagans do. For God does not like it. I think somewhere in there He says He hates it. So, it's not an excuse not to go to church. It's an excuse to to use the Sabbath as a holy day, to keep it holy, to pray, fellowship, have a meal with family and friends, and use the day that the Lord wanted us to do in the first place, and that is to relax. You still see lots of people, lots of Christians doing work on Sunday, cutting the lawn, going shopping. Not supposed to even buy anything on that day. Remember when the children left Egypt? The Lord left extra manna the day before the Sabbath so they could prepare it, so they wouldn't have to do any work on the Sabbath. They could just eat it. However, when they tried to collect extra manna, like say Monday or Tuesday, I don't know what it was, what day, it would be rotten the next day. But he preserved it the day before the Sabbath to last that extra day, which I really find. I think God's got an amazing sense of humor. I also think when he knocked the chariot wheels off, look at this clown here, look at this idiot. Keep your eyes out. Nutcases everywhere. But when God spread the sea, the Red Sea, and the children of Israel went through, God hardened Pharaoh's heart, and Pharaoh went after them. Not like in the the movie The Ten Commandments, where Pharaoh says, "This is not meant for a leader. This is meant for a soldier. Go." Pharaoh died in that too. But he knocked the chariot wheels off, and they all drowned. Specifically, I think, so we would find that evidence 2,000 years later, which they have. They have actually found the chariot wheels on the bottom of the Red Sea. Now, how else with those chariot wheels? They've also found thousands of foot hooves. Foot hooves? Try that again. Horses' hooves down there as well. Now, if God did not split the Red Sea, then how on earth did those things get there? All those horses and all those chariots decided to go for a swim? No way. It happened. That's enough evidence in itself to prove that God exists. For you atheists out there that are going to try to leave a comment on my YouTube channel telling me I'm full of it, that's okay. No need to waste your time with it, because I have to approve all the comments and I'll just erase it. I'm not even going to debate, because God is not, there's no debate there. God exists. He's real. And if you want to know that, ask Him with all your heart to reveal Himself to you, and He will. If you mean it. Here's my rest stop. Hopefully I got room here. Yes, I do. I like this rest stop, and I know this is probably more information than you need to know. The cities keep that restroom very, very clean. It always smells very fresh and clean in there. Unlike the one in Calgary, where it always smells like someone died. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I check the tires and everything, and I'm going to make myself a Barley Max, and I'll be with you shortly. Hi there. Okay, we just did a check of the vehicle, and everything is okay. This is one of the reasons why I ask for double cups when I get a coffee, because it gives me an opportunity. Here we are. Barley Max. No, that's not coffee. This is protein mix. So what I do, I'm going to find myself my spoon. I got to go as fast as I can with this. And it tastes as it sounds. It tastes like barley, but actually it's a little bit of mint flavor. So it's not, see, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a couple tablespoons of that. And one of these should last at least a month or two. And then, well, I already opened that. Okay, don't want to put more of that in there. And then this is just protein mix, and this is a certain kind. I can't remember what it is. The other stuff is at home. And I usually use just a flat tablespoon of that, so I can get protein in there. And of course, I chew on roasted nuts in that when I'm on my way. Okay, so this can go. Usually I use this shaker, but when I'm in a rush, like I am right now, because I don't want to be delayed too much. And you just add some water and stir it. I don't want to add too much water. And if you ever want to know what it's like to, horses and cows, what they eat, this will tell you. But the reason why I take this is because it's loaded with nutrients. Vitamins, nutrients, to the point where I'm going to show you how fast it works. I'm feeling fatigued right now. Not tired, but fatigued because I'm hungry. First time I drank this, I'm like, are you kidding? But I'm used to it now. The mint flavor is pretty good. I don't know if I could do this without the flavoring. There's some that has no flavor at all. I don't know if I could drink that. Then there's also a berry flavor. Almost there. Usually if you use a little blender or shake it up. It's a lot faster. You don't have to keep stirring it. The next chance I have, I'll clean my cutlery at a truck stop. Just like that, instant meal. Let's turn this puppy back over here. Here we go. Perfecto. And I'll tell you how fast it works. I'm 7 minutes behind schedule, so I need to see if I can make that up. But I had to have something because if you're feeling fatigued at all, it takes your attention off the road. And I need to have my undivided attention on the road. So that took about 5 minutes to put that together. Everything looks okay back there where I'm driving, so we'll start in third because we're down a hill. I took that not quite a minute ago. I'll tell you when it kicks in. I mean, you can also add other flavors to it if you want to make a smoothie or something. You could probably mix that in with it. But I don't have time to carry vegetables and stuff. Well, not vegetables, but fruit with me because it doesn't stay very long in the cooler. All right, we got 171 kilometers to make up 8 minutes. Can we do it? Find out. Okay, I can already feel it working. My weakness is now going away. Now remember, I haven't eaten anything since, technically, I ate something small about 10 o'clock last night, but it's now 10:30 in the morning. But I didn't really have anything major. I think it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it wasn't. It was like noon. So yesterday at noon I had a chicken sandwich, and then I had a Frosty at 10:30 at night, which is hardly a food, it's just ice cream. So right now I should be famished, I should be pretty hungry. Now the fatigue feeling I have is almost completely gone. I also feel a little bit more alert. I feel like I'm gaining energy back. And that's not even 2 or 3 minutes after having that. Pretty impressive stuff. And the nice thing about it, it's 100% natural. There's nothing in it that's no good for you. It's all good for you. And if you want more information on that stuff, just do a Google search, Barley Max. Sounds just exactly how it sounds, Barley Max. You'll find it. Yeah, I think you can order it online too. Wide load here? Yes, it is. No pilot truck. Feel better now. You know, the nice thing about it too, it actually, in your stomach, it makes you feel full. It feels like you've eaten a meal. And technically you have. You've provided your body with all the nutrients it needs, probably more nutrients than a full course meal. Because most of the time, there's so much garbage in the food that we eat nowadays. We still, you know, like for example, when we eat, like you ever go to Subway and you have a Subway sandwich, you buy a foot long, okay, a 6-inch sub technically should fill you up. Your stomach is only the size of your fist. Well, it should be anyway. But within, watch out, crow, within an hour or two, you're hungry for the other half. And that just goes to show you, yeah, it looks like a healthy way to eat, but there's nothing in the stuff. Iceberg lettuce has no nutrients in it at all. That's what they use. The only thing that might have anything good in it is the tomatoes, the pickles. The buns have nothing in them. So it's like having a small salad. You're going to be hungry again in another 2 hours. This stuff here, this Barley Max, this will carry me through for the rest of the day. I won't eat anything until tomorrow. I like to at least try to have one source of normal food. Normal food, listen to me. One source of man-made food a day, just because I don't want to feel like I'm an animal, and I'll admit it, some foods we eat them. We all do, because they taste good. And eating is fun. So I try to at least get one meal in, maybe breakfast. And then if I can stop for breakfast, like on the way back, I'm going to try to time it so I'm on the outskirts of Quesnel around dinner, or not dinner time, but breakfast time. I'm going to stop. Maybe I'm going to hopefully stop at that diner, which is a pretty rundown diner, but it's been there a long time. But I was really impressed on how good the food was. You'd never know it from the outside, but it's home cooked. It was nice too. The hash browns, like I said, were cooked. They were fresh. They were real potatoes. The bread was homemade, and you know it's good bread when they bring it to you. And it's like, how many times have you gone to a restaurant and you ask for like some breakfast? They bring you 4 pieces of toast or 2 pieces of toast cut up, and by the time you finally dig into your food, the toast is cold. Every single time. The toast on the breakfast I had over at this place here, it was still warm by the time I was done. I couldn't believe it. And it was homemade bread. Can you ask for anything better than that? Well, when we go by it, I'll show you which one it is. Oh, we're getting a lot of bugs here. Time to clean the windshield again. That's good. Wipers go on, smear the bugs all over the place, and then it applies water, which makes it even harder to get them off. You'd think it would apply the water first. Nah, that would make sense. 100 for the nothing. Usually I add a little bit of sunlight soap to it, and that really cleans the windshield nice. Unfortunately, the way this the sprayer sprays, it covers my mirrors. You'd think the mirrors would have a little shielding on the side to prevent that, but again, that would make sense. So every so many kilometers, or every 400 kilometers or so, I got to get out and wash the mirrors because I can't see through them because they're covered in soap. Oh yeah, my hunger feeling totally gone now. Fatigue totally gone. I feel like I just had a meal. Pretty amazing. And it gives you the energy you need. Just like what food's supposed to do. I don't know if we're going to get our time back. It's 12:38 now. Maybe I'll be able to make up a few minutes, but I don't think I'm going to. Well, it's not 12:38. I mean, my ETA time now is 12:38. It's right now 10:47. So I got about just under 2 hours to go before I get to my location. How much energy that gave me. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Chris, for introducing me to this stuff.